How's it going, everyone? This is Astro here again, and welcome back to another Splatoon weapon analysis video. Today's video is going to be all about the Splat Roller, so let's get started by taking a look at this weapon's typing, stats, and version history. So to start things off, the Splat Roller is a main roller type weapon in Splatoon that can be purchased from the Ammo Night store for a value of 1,000 coins once you have reached level 3. There's also a reskinned version of this weapon called the Hero Roller Replica. It shares the same stats and it can be obtained after receiving the blueprints from completing the Inkling Boy amiibo challenges. As for those stats in question, the roller class comes with new categories. The range refers to how far the roller can flick its ink. The ink speed refers to how fast the roller can lay down its ink. And the weight will determine how fast you can push the roller along the ground. And the higher the weight is, the faster you'll be able to push. So, the Splat Roller has a range of 55, which will allow you to fight pretty effectively up close, as well as a little bit far away. Its ink speed and weight are average, having a value of 50 and 40 respectively, which will allow you to lay down your ink and move at somewhat normal speeds. As for its splash damage, the Splat Roller has a splash damage that can be anywhere from 25 to 125, meaning you can splat your enemies in 1 to 4 hits, depending on your aim. As for its roll damage, the Splat Roller has a roll damage of 140, so if you're able to get the opportunity to run over your enemies, you can splat them in 1 hit. As for its sub-weapon, the Splat Roller receives the Suction Bomb, which is a bomb that can be used to zone your enemies, as well as lock down a section of the stage, thanks to its delayed timer and wide explosion range. And finally, for its special weapon, the Splat Roller receives the Killer Whale, which is a giant loudspeaker that, once it's deployed, will splat any enemies that are caught within the sound wave that it projects. And it also travels through walls as well. In addition to that, the Killer Whale also helps the Splat Roller to fight at longer ranges by taking out chargers from their perches, and it also helps in competitive modes such as covering the zone and splat zones to give your teammates a safe area to ink the zone, as well as giving your teammates coverage on the tower and knocking your enemies off the tower in tower control. So overall, the Splat Roller is a weapon that can be used in close combat situations, as well as paint the ground as quickly as possible to support your teammates with stage control. And coupling it together with its weapon kit, you'll be able to help your teammates push towards the objective by locking down key areas of the stage with a Suction Bomb, as well as filter out your enemies with the Killer Whale. As for its version history, the Splat Roller received downgrades that were applied to all rollers in version 2.2. You can only splat your enemies in 1 hit with the center of the roller, and your enemies can no longer be splatted in 1 hit if you are out of ink. So practice aiming with the center of the roller to score those 1-hit splats as frequently as possible, and consider using an ink efficiency ability to ensure that you have ink in the tank at all times. As for version 2.7, with the introduction of Special Depletion, the Splat Roller was placed in the light category, so you'll be losing as low as 40% of your special meter in the event you get splatted. As for the Killer Whale, the amount of turf that's needed to be inked for filling the special gauge has been decreased from 180 points to 160 points, so you can build your whales a little bit faster. Also, you'll be able to move a little bit quicker after using the whale, thanks to the decreased period in character control if you have Special Duration up equipped on your gear. As for recommended abilities to use on your gear, any of the ink efficiency abilities such as Ink Saver Main, Ink Saver Sub, or Ink Recovery Up is recommended to retain as much ink as possible, since rollers in general consume a lot of ink. Swim Speed Up can help you move around the stage, and Bomb Range Up can help with the Suction Bomb. The only ability I would not recommend for any roller build is Run Speed Up, because it has no effect on the weight of the roller. So with that, let's take a look at a gear build that you can use with the Splat Roller. So this build is a general purpose quick respawn build that the Splat Roller can use. So we're going to begin by selecting our headgear, which will be in the form of the backwards cap. The backwards cap uses quick respawn for its main ability, and it features the Zeko brand, which highly favors Special Saver. As for our clothes, we can use the green check shirt or the linen shirt, both of which use bomb range up for its main ability. However, the green check shirt features the Zeko brand, which highly favors Special Saver, whereas the linen shirt features the Splash Mob brand, which highly favors Ink Saver main. And finally, for our shoes, we're going to be using the Choco Clogs, which uses quick respawn for its main ability, and it features the Crack-On brand, which highly favors swim speed up. So overall, this build tries to cover all the bases of the Splat Roller, as in the event you get splatted, the stacks of quick respawn on your headgear and shoes will allow you to get back into the fray as quickly as possible, and the Special Saver on your headgear will help you retain as much special meter as possible. The bomb range up on your clothes will help you to zone your enemies with suction bombs, and your selection of clothes comes down to personal preference. If you decide to use the green check shirt, you can stack Special Saver as a way to save more special meter if you get splatted. And since the Splat Roller is a light depletion weapon, you'll be able to rebuild your killer whale effortlessly. If you decide to use the linen shirt, you'll be able to retain some ink after using the suction bomb thanks to the Ink Saver main, which can come in handy since rollers in general tend to consume a lot of ink. And finally, the swim speed on your shoes will help you reposition yourself in the event that things get crazy, as well as swim straight for your enemies when you're on the offensive. There's also a variation of this build that accomplishes the same purpose, but gives you the option of adding more swim speed to amplify your movement. So for this build, we'll still be using the Choco Clogs for our shoes. However, for our headgear and clothes, we'll be using the Urchin's cap, as well as the red check shirt or the rainy day tee. The Urchin's cap uses bomb range up for its main ability, and it features the Scallop brand, which highly favors quick respawn. The red check shirt and the rainy day tee both use Ink Saver main for their main abilities. However, the red check shirt features the Zeko brand, which highly favors Special Saver, whereas the rainy day tee features the Crack-On brand, which highly favors swim speed up. So as I stated before, this build works just like the previous build that I showed earlier, and once again your selection of clothes comes down to personal preference. The Ink Saver main will help you retain as much ink as possible after using the suction bomb. However, if you decide to use the red check shirt, you can use the Special Saver to retain as much special meter as possible when you get splatted, whereas if you decide to use the rainy day tee, you can stack swim speed up to swim straight for your enemies and reposition yourself a little bit faster. But overall, in my opinion, these are both good builds to get you started, so you can take your pick and feel free to modify it to your specifications. But anyways everyone, that's the end of this video, so I'd like to thank you all for watching my analysis on the Splat Roller. I hope you found all of this information useful. If you did, be sure to give this video a thumbs up, as well as sound off your thoughts on this weapon in the comment section below. Also, if there's something that you think I forgot to mention in this presentation, feel free to include that in the comments as well. And if you're new to the channel and you like what you see, subscribe for more videos in the future, as well as ring the notification bell to know when I upload new videos. So until next time, this is Astro blasting off, and as always, take care, stay fresh, and I hope you all have a great day.